Hey guys, it's me. I'm back making videos. This time, I'm woke with pronouns. I'm a pronoun warrior now. But I'm back to making videos. Kinda. I stopped because one, I got a job over the summer, so I didn't really have time. And, oh my God! Let's not worry about that. Anyways, welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about something that pisses me off. Because my mom forced me to watch the show with her. And I don't like it, like, at all. As you can see, we're talking about Monster, the Ed Gein Story. Now, obviously, I know the show released a month ago, but I've been seeing a lot of criticism videos on it, and I feel like I want to give my 2 cents because it made me feel icky. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like watching it. I don't ever want to watch it again. I don't want to watch any other season of Monster after this. Fuck you, Ryan Murphy. So, let me give you some background information on both the series and the guy this season is based off. Monster is a Netflix series that started in 2022 with the Dahmer Show, which I thought it was fine. I really didn't care for it much. I mean, it had some good parts of it. I wasn't interested. I prefer documentaries, but you know. Then they had, last year, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, which, now me personally, I think they were victims of abuse, but whether you believe that or you don't, it was 2 people. They killed 2 people. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying they killed 2 people. That doesn't justify them as monsters. That's like a normal crime by today's standards, okay? Even back then, that's a normal crime. I mean, all the scandals and stuff after it, yeah, that's something that's kind of interesting. But again, it was 2 people, okay? Lyle and Eric Menendez didn't fucking eat people like Jeffrey Dahmer, and they didn't make lampshades out of their parents' skin like Ed Gein. They just shot them. Okay, this is Future going here. I realized while I was editing this, I forgot to tell you actually who Ed Gein is. So let me do that real quick. Ed Gein was a serial killer in the 1950s, I think late 40s, early 50s, who killed people and also like grave robbed people and made like suits and furniture and a bunch of other stuff out of their skin. And it was just, it's disturbing. It's very disturbing. And I mean, he did have some issues as a child. He definitely was developmentally delayed. Didn't have friends. His mother was definitely abusive. That the show got that right. But he really didn't do some of the things they showed in the show. I'll talk about that later, as you'll see. But yeah, he killed people. 2 people specifically, and he confessed to them. Which in the show they say that, "Oh, I don't remember in my heart of hearts doing it, officer. I tell you, I'm not that kind of person." Even though in real life he did admit to killing the 2 people that he did kill. Yeah, killed people, made disgusting things out of their skin. Yeah. Oh, also, they show that he gave human meat to somebody and said it was venison. Again, no proof of that happening. But anyway, back to the normal video. And now this season of Monster is about Ed Gein. And as if the last 2 seasons didn't already have some inaccuracies, this one, I feel like the creators were just like, okay, so we're going to take everything that's true about this case and that we know, we're going to put it to the side, we're going to move it somewhere else, and we're just going to write a fan fiction about him, which I think is absolutely crazy considering, again, these are real people that they're saying they're telling the true story of, and they're making up half of it, which is really fucking stupid. And the whole marketing of this show was basically the people trying to like make Ed Gein like an icon or something, like some guy you should buy a Funko Pop of. Like, oh, before there was Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there was Ed Gein. Before there was The Silence of the Lambs with Buffalo Bill, there was Ed Gein. Before there was Psycho and Norman Bates, there was Ed Gein. And when you really look into it, like, yeah, there was probably aspects of each 3 movies that were maybe inspired by Ed Gein. Like, I know there's definitely parts of Texas Chainsaw that were inspired by him, like, you know, the whole masks thing, and probably the same thing with Buffalo Bill. But they weren't supposed to be Ed Gein movies. They were just, like, they took aspects of his crimes and thought, well, a fictional character could do that. It's as simple as that. Like, you didn't need multiple episodes showing the directors of each of these movies or behind the scenes saying, oh, you know, this thing that Ed Gein did, here's how it was turned into a movie. Like the scene where Ed Gein is killing the babysitter, and he has the corpse of his dead mother holding the hammer and, like, missing every hit, and they show, like, the scene from Texas Chainsaw where the grandpa's doing that. That didn't happen. He didn't even kill that lady. There's no confirmation that they even met. And they tried to, it was the Texas Chainsaw, this is what it was based on. Or there's a scene where these two hikers, they find Ed Gein in his shed cutting people up, and then he chases him with a chainsaw and puts on a skin mask and flares the chainsaw around, and they're like, look, it's like that scene from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Again, didn't happen. None of this shit happened. They also do this weird thing where, like, one of his victims, they show that he had, like, a sexual relationship with her. Excuse me? No, they did not. I looked it up myself. I did the research. They had no connection other than the fact that he killed her. There's no confirmation that they fucked, that she gave him her bra and panties, which, there's another thing. They tried to make Ed Gein seem like he's trans or something, or like a cross-dresser, which it completely fake. Again, I don't know why they did that. And then they try to walk back the whole trans thing at the end of the show when he's in a mental institute. They say that he has schizophrenia, and he's talking through ham radio to Christine Jorgensen, a real-life trans woman. And in his mind, she's telling him, you're not trans, you're a gynophiliac. And it's like, if you're just gonna say that, why would you include your fucking weird DeviantArt fanfiction of Ed Gein being a trans person in the first place? Then you just make me look bad, bro. I was watching this show and I genuinely felt uncomfortable because my mom was right next to me and she knows that I'm, like, trans, right? So I had to explain to her, like, Mom, I promise I will not turn into a sadistic serial killer and fucking make furniture out of people. I promise. Now, I knew that she knew I was joking, but even then, it's like, why would you include it to begin with? There's no point in doing it whatsoever. And this show, as if it couldn't do, like, the whole faking things enough, it also, like, faked his voice, because apparently they based it on some old interview, like, recorded interview of Ed Gein, which, you know, fine, do your research. If you want to get into the role, yeah, that's fine. But I listened to it myself. He sounded just, like, normal. Like, in the show, had a very tame voice like this. I tell you, it's my money, I'm gonna buy 3 of them ham radios. He sounded like a soft Canadian. And if you listen to the recording yourself, he doesn't sound like that at all. He sounds normal. Like, there was no hint of that anywhere. He was just a normal dude in the 50s. They also, for some reason, really leaned into the schizophrenia aspect of it, by showing, like, the scene where he kills Mary Hogan. He, like, pictures in his head that he's at a Nazi dinner party? And he also, like, hallucinates escaped Jews from, like, internment camps running down, like, the hill from his house. I don't, like, why? They also, turned a normal relationship between him and a girl into, like, a fucking CW romance. Him and Adeline Watkins in the show, they show that Adeline, like, goads him into doing all this sick stuff by showing him, like, you know, the comic of the Nazi bitch and, like, World War II photos, and, like, she photographs the things that he does. And there's a part where, like, Ed Gein wants to get, like, freaky with her. She's like, oh, Ed, I don't think I'm ready. Maybe you should do it with somebody who's dead, somebody who can't say no. And then they go into necrophilia, and that was just even disgusting. But in reality, there's no proof that any of that happened. There's no proof she went to New York, no proof she beat up the lady at the New York hotel. There's no proof that she took pictures of Ed. There's no proof she even knew what Ed was doing. As far as we're concerned, in real life, she was just Ed's girlfriend. And then they turned it into the biggest romance, partners in crime, Bonnie and Clyde type thing. And it it's weird. It's weird. Also, the actor who played Ed Gein, Charlie Hunnam, you may know him from like Sons of Anarchy. That's what I know him from. I don't understand why they cast him. I mean, obviously it's that thing that they do where they try to make the serial killers sympathetic and hot, which is why they cast fucking Pietro Maximoff as Jeffrey Dahmer. And those two guys, I don't remember the actors' names, I'm sorry, for the Menendez brothers. And now Charlie Hunnam is Ed Gein, and it's like, if you look at these people, they're really not that good looking. Ed Gein's ugly as shit. So is Jeffrey Dahmer. And the Menendez brothers, I don't really care. But they're all fucking ugly. Like, there's no point in making them this hot. I mean, there is in their head. They want people on TikTok and Instagram to make hot edits of them and garner sympathy for these awful people. But it's weird. It's very, very weird. They also do this strange thing at the end of the show when Ed is in his mental institute where, like, they basically just rip off the show Mindhunter, and they try to say that, like, Ed Gein helped solve Ted Bundy's case, and there was this dude in prison named Richard Speck who wrote a letter to Ed Gein because he got a letter from Ted Bundy, and it was just a bunch of horse shit, really. And then on Ed's death scene, they show him on his wheelchair meeting just a bunch of other serial killers going to heaven, I guess? And they're like, "Oh, we're so happy to meet you, Ed Gein. We were inspired by your crimes. We killed these people, blah, 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 blah." And then he goes upstairs to his mom because they stop at like a staircase, and then his mom's at the top, and he goes to see her. She's like, "I'm real proud of you, Eddie. All those killers thought you were just cool, and all those movies they made about you, you're just the bee's knees. You really made a name for us Geins. I'm proud of you, son." What? So, one, you're going to show her as an abusive mother, which she was in real life. You're going to show her as an abusive mother, and you're going to show Ed Gein doing these despicable things. I'm proud of you, son. You made a name for us Geins. Who in their right mind would be proud of their son killing people, grave robbing, and making bowls out of their skulls and lampshades out of their skin? Seriously, who would be proud of that? What were these people? What were they thinking? What were they thinking? There's also this weird gimmick throughout the whole show where they try to make it seem like, oh, well, who's the real monster? Is it the filmmakers for glorifying Ed's story? Is it us for telling this story? Is it you for watching this disgusting stuff? Or is it this sad little boy who was isolated and had no one to talk to? And I'm here to answer that question. That sad little boy, which, yeah, he had a fucked up childhood, he still killed people and made lamps out of their skin. The filmmakers just took parts of his story, not the whole story. Texas Chainsaw isn't the Ed Gein movie. Psycho isn't the Ed Gein movie. Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs isn't Ed Gein. It's Buffalo Bill, Leatherface, and Norman Bates. Maybe, again, their stories were maybe based off of Ed Gein, but it's not. They weren't the Ed Gein movie, and us as the monsters for watching what you made, and you as the monsters for making it. I mean, yeah, you guys are monsters for making these awful TV shows, but you didn't kill people and make fucking furniture out of their skins. Neither did we, neither did the actors in those movies or the directors of those movies. I can't wrap my brain around what they were thinking when they made this series and wrote this out. It's like a really bad fan fiction. It really is. Like, compared to this show, Dahmer and the Menendez show are like peak television. Because at least with them, with the glorification, they still got some of the facts down, okay? They showed Dahmer killing those people. They showed some of the scandals that happened with, Lyle and Eric Menendez. With this, it was just he killed people, and then they added a bunch of other shit that didn't need to be there. and I can't even put it into words. It pisses me off. It does, especially because my mom loves watching true crime stuff, and I do too. It's the thing that we both enjoy to watch. But then when we watch this stuff, it's like I feel like I'm getting gypped. I'm not getting the story. That's why I prefer to watch documentaries, because at least with documentaries, if they're showing multiple viewpoints, it's not trying to persuade you. It's just showing the people involved. And the sad part about this whole thing is I don't think this series is ever going to end, especially because once you finish the last episode of the Ed Gein Show, Netflix does that thing where, like, if something new is coming based off of a series, they'll say, by the way, this is coming soon. And they put, Monster Season 4, The Lizzie Borden Story, coming soon. Well, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that was just my little rant and rave about this show. I didn't really want to go in depth like some of the other people's did. If you want to see more in-depth reviews, watch Meep Top or Call Me Chris's video on it, because I think they said everything best. But I just wanted to give my opinion on it because it's something I watched and I didn't enjoy and made me uncomfortable. If you'd like me to talk about the Menendez one, because that one I was a little more lenient on. It wasn't the best show, but if you want me to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Just give me the word. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Thank you to all my subscribers and my friends for being there for me. I was going through some rough shit, and they helped get me through it. My name's Gwen. The intro, hey guys, Lucas here. That's gone. I killed Lucas. I put him out back. He's buried. Prince pisses on him once in a while. This is Gwen now. Okay? Have a good day. Bye-bye.